Welcome to Learn English Through Video, Nature Beauty Series. Today, we will learn about the famous tourist attractions in Taroko National Park in Hualien. In this video, you will learn about the following content. The Qing Shui Cliff. The only section of Taroko National Park near the ocean is home to many precious endemic species. If you want to watch Qing Shui Cliff at a closer range, you can go to Chongde Trail. Taroko Gorge is one of the most attractive landscapes in Taroko National Park. The park offers a tourist center, an exhibition center, and trails of varying difficulties, allowing visitors to select routes based on their stamina. In addition, Taroko Gorge is formed over millions of years by the forces of both plate uplift and river cutting.布洛灣Service Station is located in the布洛灣Terrace and features the Taroko Tribe Culture Exhibition Hall, which shows the cultural heritage of the Taroko tribe. In addition, the unique meander core terrace results from Liwu River's repeated changes in course.布洛灣Terrace also features numerous plants worthy of observation, such as Taiwan lily and the rock-hugging tree. In addition, you can learn the following vocabulary: treacherous, plentiful, trail, gorge, vigilant, commemorate, large scale, collapse, wither, digest. You can also learn the following phrase: collide with. We've designed 4 questions for the content and cultural knowledge. Finally, there will be 10 questions to help you review what you learn. Before entering today's episode, we have the first question for you. Qing Shui Cliff is located in Taroko National Park. Due to the climate and the terrain, Qing Shui Cliff features many endemic plant species. Is this statement true? Listen closely. The answer is in the video. Now let's begin our video.
A Walk to Taroko. Introduction to the Qing Shui Cliffs Trail. Qing Shui Cliffs are the only part of Taroko National Park that borders the ocean. On the eastern side of the park, the Suhua Highway, carved out of the rock, winds its way along the precipitous cliffs, with the vast Pacific on one side and steep cliff faces on the other, the terrain treacherous and magnificent. The Qing Shui Cliffs stretch from the north of Chongde on the northern bank of the Liwu River to just south of the Heping River, with the section between Chongde and Heron the most spectacular. This section lies within the boundaries of Taroko National Park. The steep rock faces present a challenge to plants. The plants that grow on the Qing Shui Cliffs are mainly hardy shrubs and rock plants. The terrain also affects the climate, with the moist air from the Pacific blocked by the high mountains and bringing plentiful rain. Consequently, patches of lush forest grow on the flatter parts of the cliffs, nurtured by the rainfall. The highest mountain, Mount Qing Shui, has a separate peak, and many precious endemic plant species grow on it thanks to its unique climate and geography. The Central Cross Island Highway crosses the Qing Shui Cliffs and is the most convenient road from which to view the cliffs. The road was originally the coastal road built in the Japanese colonial period. After the end of the Japanese colonial period, the government built the single-lane two-way Suhua Highway. The highway was expanded to a 2-lane highway and opened to two-way traffic in 1990. The North Link railway line runs below the highway, crossing the Qing Shui Cliffs mainly via tunnels. There are several places along the highway that have areas of flat ground where visitors can rest and admire the scenery, including Chongde, Huide, and Heron. The Heron Trail leads down to the seashore. Huide Scenic Road makes effective use of the old Suhua Highway and is now a road shared by vehicles and pedestrians that allows visitors to get close to mountains and ocean, and is also a good place to rest a while. Chongde Trail. Head north on the Suhua Highway from Taroko and, after passing through Chongde Village, the Pacific Ocean will come into view. Proceed forward, and after passing through the first tunnel, Cheongdae Tunnel, you will see a car park to your side. This is a good place from which to view the Qingshui Cliffs. Looking north from this point, the cliffs can be seen rising vertically from the ocean. Looking to the south, the alluvial fan created by sediment deposited by the Liwu River can be seen not far in the distance. On the blue Pacific below, fixed fishing nets can be seen not far from the shore, while one or two rafts or boats can usually be seen moored close to the nets. This is a special method of fishing used on the East Coast. There are steps leading down to the sea beside the car park. The trail is equipped with 2 viewing decks, public toilets, and pavilions. The first viewing deck has a relatively good view, taking in the Qingshui Cliffs and Cheongdae alluvial fan. You can also find the Qingshui Cliff stone tablet here. The trail zigzags along the cliff, and you can find Scaevola taccata, screw pine, Pandanus tectorius, and other coastal plants here. The viewing deck lies at the end of the trail. Here you can view the ocean, listen to the waves, and enjoy the ocean breeze. Fixed fishing nets. On the surface of the Pacific Ocean, not far from the shore, lines of vertical and horizontal buoys can be seen, often together with a small fishing boat moored nearby. These are fixed fishing nets, a method of fishing often seen along the East Coast. Fixed fishing nets are essentially fish traps. After swimming through various layers of the net, the fish find it very difficult to escape from the innermost net cage, and they can be then scooped up from the net cage by fishermen. The nets are cleared every day at sunrise and sunset, and sometimes at noon too. Due to the strong cross-currents off the East Coast and fact that the Kuroshio Current flows through the area, many migratory fish species can be found in these waters. These fish often come close to shore to feed, and this was why the fixed net method of fishing was developed, also becoming part of the cultural landscape. Liwu River alluvial fan. Looking south from the trail, a long piece of land can be seen extending into the ocean. This is the alluvial fan created by sediment deposited by the Liwu River before it flows into the ocean. Cheongdae lies on the north bank of the fan, while Taroko village stands on the south bank. The fan is flat and thus became an area of habitation and agriculture. Cheongdae and Taroko villages are mainly populated by members of the Taroko tribe.
Did you get the answer? The answer is true. The video mentioned plants that grow on the steep cliffs in Taroko Gorge are mainly with strong vitality, such as hardy shrubs and rock plants. The terrain also affects the climate. Due to the plentiful rain, the gorge has many precious endemic plant species. Let's review the vocabulary of this section. Treacherous. The Suhua Highway winds its way along the precipitous cliffs, the terrain treacherous and magnificent. Trail. The trail zigzags along the cliff, and you can find Scaevola taccata, screw pine, and other coastal plants here. After learning 2 words, we will teach you 1 tip to memorize vocabulary, which is to learn a word through the context. Take plentiful, for example. We can learn a word in 3 steps. First, let's take a look at the complete sentence. The terrain also affects the climate, with the moist air from the Pacific blocked by the high mountains and bringing plentiful rain. Consequently, patches of lush forest grow on the flatter parts of the cliffs, nurtured by the rainfall. Next, understand the meaning of the former and the latter sentences. The former sentence is, the mist from the Pacific Ocean was blocked and brought some kind of rain. And the latter is, due to the rain, the plants can grow into a forest. Lastly, figure out the meaning through the context. We can infer that plentiful means a lot. Due to the plentiful rain, the plants can grow into a forest. Before entering the second part, let's have a look at our question. According to the video, what caused the formation of the Taroko Gorge? A. The plate rose due to squeezing and was later eroded by wind. B. The plate rose due to squeezing and later an eruption took place. C. The plate rose due to squeezing and later was excavated by human activities. D. The plate rose due to squeezing and was later affected by the cutting of Liwu River. Listen closely. The answer is in the video.
Overview of Taroko Gorge's trails. Taroko Gorge offers some of the most attractive scenery in Taroko National Park. Heading west along the Central Cross Island Highway from the Taroko Gorge entrance, you will encounter the gorge's trails and scenic spots one after another. The section from Taroko to Tianxiang has the highest concentration of scenic spots and trails in the park. The section from Yanziku, Swallow Grotto to Simu Bridge is the highlight of Taroko Gorge. From Swallow Grotto and through Juilu Cliffs, Liufang Bridge, the Tunnel of Nine Turns, Jukudong, and on to Simu Bridge, the road twists and turns beneath sheer cliffs on both sides. There is always a level of risk in the gorge, so it's best to wear a hard hat to guard against falling rocks and remain vigilant at all times. Taroko Gorge entrance is the main eastern entrance to the national park and features the Central Cross Island Highway Arch. Taroko National Park Visitor Center stands on the other side of the Liwu River, providing information and interpretation for visitors, and the Taroko Terrace Trail allows guests to get close to nature. A visit to the visitor center is advised before setting out for the various scenic spots and trails. Back on the highway, the Eternal Spring Shrine, Changchun Shrine, was built to commemorate the many men who died during construction of the road. Take the trail to a high point to enjoy a bird's-eye view of the Liwu River Valley. Buluowan is a two-level terrace with distinctive cultural features and is well worth a visit. Tianxiang is the main recreational area along the eastern section of the Central Cross Island Highway and is where the Dasha and Tachijili rivers meet to form the Liwu River. This area boasts lovely scenery along with hotels, restaurants, a post office, and a bus station. The National Park headquarters also contains a visitor center and exhibition hall, offering information for visitors. Old trails in the area are worth exploring. The Lushui Trail and Juilu Trail were both part of the Japanese colonial period Cross-Heihuan Mountain Road. The Lushui Trail is 2 kilometers long and easy to walk, suitable for all visitors, while the Juilu Trail highly challenging and thrilling for the adventurer. The number of people allowed on the Juilu is limited on a daily basis, and a mountain entry permit and park entry permit must be obtained in advance. Those who are less physically fit, suffer from heart disease, or have a fear of heights should not attempt this trail. In addition to the main gorge carved by the Liwu River, its tributaries have a lot to offer, including the Bayang Trail, Lotus Pond Trail, and Shakadang Trail. The Bayang Trail follows the Tachijili River upwards, with Bayang Waterfall and Water Curtain Cave being its main scenic spots. The first half of the Lotus Pond Trail follows the Dasha River upstream, while the second half climbs up to the high mountain Lotus Pond at 1,000 meters. Shakadang Trail follows the Shakadang River, a tributary of the Liwu River, downstream all along its length, offering beautiful river scenes and gorge scenery. As well as stunning landscapes, culture, and history, Taroko Gorge's trails and scenic spots boast a rich ecology that should not be ignored. If you open your eyes, you will see beautiful plants and animals appear before you. The formation of Taroko Gorge. Any discussion of the formation of Taroko Gorge must begin with marble. The ancestors of marble were the coral, foraminifera, fusilline, and other sea creatures that lived 230 million years ago. After they died, their remains piled up and cemented together to form limestone. With the movement of the South China Plate tens of millions of years ago, this limestone was subjected to high temperatures and pressure and underwent metamorphosis, becoming metamorphosed limestone, otherwise known as marble. Around 6 million years ago in the Penglai orogeny, the Philippine Plate collided with the edge of the Eurasian Plate. As the two plates violently squeezed together, Taiwan was pushed up from the sea, also pushing up the thick marble layer that originally lay deep below the seabed. At the same time, abundant rainfall created a river, the Liwu River, which flowed over this marble, continually through it. Under the dual effects of the uplifting of the plate and the cutting of the river, Taroko Gorge was gradually formed over 1 million years. The walls of the gorge are steep because of the particular properties of marble, as it is dense and not soluble in water. The rapid cutting of the river water slowed the slope retreat effect, so the gorge walls were not susceptible to collapse. The walls were thus able to remain sheer as the Earth's crust uplifted and the river cut down over a long period of time. From Yanzaku, Swallow Grotto, to Chimu Bridge, the rock is a thick marble stratum, and it is here where the finest section of the Marble Gorge can be viewed.
Did you get the answer? The answer is D. The plate rose due to squeezing and was later affected by the cutting of Liwu River. The video mentioned that after the Philippine plate collided with the edge of the Eurasian plate, the land was pushed upwards. Taroko Gorge was gradually formed by the forces of rising plates and the cutting of the river. Let's review the vocabulary of this section. Gorge. Taroko Gorge offers some of the most attractive scenery in Taroko National Park. Vigilant. There is always a level of risk in the gorge, so it's best to wear a hard hat to guard against falling rocks and remain vigilant at all times. Commemorate. The Eternal Spring Shrine, Changchun Shrine, was built to commemorate the many men who died during the construction of the road. There is one important phrase in this section, collide with.
Why didn't you drive to work today?
A scooter collided with my car yesterday, so I had it repaired.
Repeat after me.
A scooter collided with my car yesterday, so I had it repaired.
Before entering the third part, let's have a look at our question. What feature of Bulawan Terrace did this section mainly introduce? A. Architectural history. B. Landscape features. C. Cuisines. D. Climate change. Listen closely. The answer is in the video.
Bulawan Terrace. Bulawan Terrace comprises of upper and lower river terraces alongside the lower reaches of the Liwu River and is the location of the Taroko National Park Bulawan Service Station, which provides interpretation and advice and shows films about the national park. The Taroko Tribe Culture Exhibition Hall displays examples of the Taroko tribe's cloth weaving, rattan weaving, facial tattoos, and other aspects of the culture. From the platform on the roof of the hall, the beautiful scenery of the lower terrace can be fully appreciated. Go up the steps from here to reach the upper terrace. The lower terrace also features the Meander Core Trail that leads to the Bulawan Yanzaku, Swallow Grotto Trail, which is well worth a visit. On the upper terrace, Leader Hotel provides accommodation and refreshments, and aspects of the building reflect the area's Aboriginal culture. On the side of the mountain, there is a short but ecologically rich forest trail, the Upper Terrace Trail. Vegetation along the trail is typical of a tropical seasonal rainforest with great ecological diversity and is an ideal place to view wildlife. Bulawan Terrace was once the site of a village of the Taroko tribe and was also the home of another tribe in the late Neolithic period. Today, this is a recreational area within Taroko National Park. Over a number of years, Taiwan lily, Lilium formosanum, Taiwan firethorn, Pyracantha koidzumii, paired flower St. John's wort, Hypericum geminiflorum, spider lily, Lycoris aurea, and Formosan cherry, Prunus cerulata, and other native plants have been planted over a wide area, giving the terraces a different appearance through the seasons. Formation of the Meander Core. The Meander Core Park features many large gneiss and marble boulders that are geological evidence of a change in direction of the Liwu River. Buluwowan's upper and lower terraces were once the riverbed of the Liwu River. Thousands of years ago, there was a large-scale land collapse on the lower reaches of the river, and a large amount of rocks and earth blocked the flow of the river. With nowhere to go, the river formed a barrier lake over time. Mud, sand, and gravel carried down from upstream gradually built up at the bottom of the lake. When the natural dam could no longer stand the pressure of the water that had built up behind it, it burst and the bottom of the lake was exposed. This is today's upper terrace. The Liwu River continued to deposit sediment and change direction, and thus the lower terrace was gradually formed. The eroding power of the river water also cut off the neck of the meander on the opposite bank, allowing the river to flow in the direction we see today. The cut-off meander neck was left on the edge of Buluwowan Lower Terrace, and this is what we call the meander core.
Did you get the answer? The answer is B, landscape features. The video mentioned that the Buluwowan Terrace comprises upper and lower river terraces. The lower terrace features the Meander Core Trail, and the upper terrace features an ecologically rich forest trail on the mountainside. In addition, native plant species such as Taiwan lily and Taiwan firethorn are widely planted throughout the terrace. Now let's review important vocabulary of this section. Collapse. Thousands of years ago, there was a large-scale land collapse on the lower reaches of the Liwu River, and a large amount of rocks and earth blocked the flow of the river. After learning the word, we will teach you one tip to memorize vocabulary, which is to learn a word by breaking it down. Take large scale, for example. The word large scale consists of large and scale. Large means big, scale means level. Combining both words, we will get large scale, which means something that might have many people involved, or the affected level or range is quite big. Thousands of years ago, there was a large-scale land collapse on the lower reaches of the Liwu River, and a large amount of rocks and earth blocked the flow of the river. This is the final question. What is the main theme of this video? A. To introduce the landscapes around Taroko. B. To remind what to pay attention to when entering Taroko. C. To explain the climate change in Taroko. D. To introduce the Aboriginal tribes in Taroko. Listen closely. The answer is in the video.
The Taiwan lily and spider lily. The terraces of Buluwowan are covered by two plants, the Taiwan lily and the spider lily. These two native plants bloom in spring and autumn respectively, becoming eye-catching highlights in these seasons. The Taiwan lily blooms from mid-April to mid-May every year, and its large snow-white flowers can be seen on the lower terrace and the meander core. After it sheds its flowers, the Taiwan lily forms capsules, inside of which are 1,000 to 2,000 seeds. When the capsules split, the light seeds are spread by the wind. The leaves of the Taiwan lily then wither as the plant enters a period of dormancy until winter comes, when the bulbs sprout new leaves and it prepares to bloom again. The spider lily is native to collapsed land in northern Taiwan, eastern Taiwan, and Taroko Gorge. However, due to excessive picking in the past, its numbers in the wild fell dramatically. Some wild colonies can still be seen in Taroko Gorge. The spider lilies cultivated by the Buluwowan service station have become one of its special seasonal features. Its golden flowers are large and eye-catching, and its petals are wave-shaped and turned outwards, giving the flower the Chinese nickname dragon claw flower. It is able to grow and show off its beautiful flowers on steep, dry areas with very thin soil in Taroko Gorge, also winning it the well-deserved nickname the flower of the gorge. The spider lily looks similar to the orange daylily, Hemerocallis fulva, but its flowers, leaves, stem, and bulbs are all toxic, so be careful not to eat it by mistake. Taiwan firethorn. Firethorn is one of the native species that have been the focus of Bulawan Service Station's planting efforts, and it can be seen growing in every corner of the upper and lower terraces. At the entrance to the Bulawan Yanziku, Swallow Grotto Trail, firethorn can be seen growing in neat rows on either side. In spring, the trees bear white flowers, and in winter, red fruit. At these times, insects and birds can be seen feeding on the flowers and fruit. In spring and autumn, the white flowers and then red fruit of the trees give Bulawan a very different look. Firethorn is native to the dry riverbeds of eastern Taiwan. It is very popular due to the bright red fruit it bears every winter, but unfortunately, due to its attractiveness, wild firethorn was collected excessively and is now hard to find in the wild. Bulawan Service Station used the cutting propagation method to cultivate the plant, and now, in the right seasons, trees laden with white flowers and bright red fruit can be seen. The rock-hugging tree. A large banyan tree can be seen growing on a big rock along the trail, its roots tightly wrapped around the rock and hanging down to the ground. This is known locally as the rock-hugging tree. But has the tree grown on top of a rock? When the banyan tree is laden with fruit, it attracts a large number of birds and other animals that eat its fruit. The fruit is small and difficult to digest, so it is discharged in the animal's feces, the animals spreading the seeds far and wide. This is how the rock-hugging tree came to be. A banyan seed was deposited onto the rock, sprouted and began to grow. The tree gradually grew aerial roots and stilt roots that extended down and wrapped tightly around the rock, creating the unusual scene we see today.
Did you get the answer? The answer is A, to introduce the landscapes around Taroko. The previous sections of the video mentioned the sceneries featured in the Taroko Gorge, such as Chingshui Cliff, Chongdae Trail, and Bulawan Terrace. The video also mentioned the formation of special landscapes, such as Meander Khor and Taroko Gorge. Finally, it introduced the endemic plant species of Taiwan in the Taroko Gorge. Let's review the vocabulary of this section. Digest. The fruit is small and difficult to digest, so it is discharged in the animal's feces, the animals spreading the seeds far and wide. After learning the word, we will teach you one tip to memorize vocabulary, which is to learn a word through the context. Take wither, for example. We can learn a word in 3 steps. First, let's take a look at the complete sentence. The leaves of the Taiwan lily then wither as the plant enters a period of dormancy until winter comes, when the bulbs sprout new leaves and it prepares to bloom again. Next, understand the meaning of the former and the latter sentences. The former sentence is, Taiwan lily something when it enters a period of dormancy until winter comes. And the latter is, the bulbs sprout new leaves and it prepares to bloom again. Lastly, figure out the meaning through the context. We can infer that wither means to become decayed or weak. After watching the video and learning the vocabulary and phrase, let's review and deepen your memory. The content of this video is to provide an introduction to different tourist attractions in Taroko National Park, including Chingshui Cliff, Taroko Gorge, Bulawan Terrace, etc., and specifically explain the geological locations of each attraction as well as related facilities. In addition, the video explained the formation of Taroko Gorge and the Meander Khor, focusing not only on the geographic environment, but also extensively covering plant life, including Taiwan's endemic species like the Taiwan lily, spider lily, and rock-hugging trees. This approach helps viewers discover the natural secrets these plants hold. The important words in the video are treacherous, plentiful, trail, gorge, vigilant, commemorate, large scale, collapse, wither, digest. Important phrases collide with. Next on, we are broadening your vocabulary. Let's learn vocabulary about landforms. Meander, waterfall, valley, lake, bay, river terrace, alluvial fan. Have you learned those? After finishing the video, we have compiled cultural knowledge for you. There are all kinds of beauties within Taroko National Park. Let's have a look at the beauty of humanities and culture and learn about the Taroko tribe. The Taroko tribe migrated to eastern Taiwan during the 17th and 18th centuries and established their tribes within the valleys of Liwu River and Taroko River. The Taroko tribe has a highly cooperative society where the men are responsible for hunting and women are responsible for weaving, housework, etc. Among all the tasks, weaving serves as a crucial tradition because daily clothing, bed sheets, etc. are made via weaving. Therefore, women are required to be adept at weaving, and such skill is required for them to have a face tattoo or get married. Face tattooing is the Taroko tribe's important traditional culture, and only those approved by other members of the tribe can get a special face tattoo of their respective abilities. Hunting and weaving serve as important marks in judging a man or a woman by the Taroko tribe. For example, men good at hunting get a tattoo on their chin, while women good at weaving with the elders' approval get a tattoo on their cheek. Both the chin tattoo and the cheek tattoo symbolize earning approval, and thus being able to take on responsibility and being qualified to get married. Today's course has come to an end. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.